Okay, good afternoon everyone and a happy new year to you all. This is Joe Mills, Bilko is with me and it's great to be back. It's a foggy old day, it's a cold day as well here, but it's a very special occasion. It's the testimonial for Liam Farrell, and Wigan take on the Leeds Rhinos this afternoon, and two very strong teams indeed. Bevan French will start at full-back. On the wings, Liam Marshall and Joe Burgess. The centres are Zach Hardacre and Jake Bibby. The half-backs, Jackson Hastings and Thomas Luluai. The front row is Ollie Partington, Sam Powell and Tony Clubb. And the back row will be Willie Isa, Liam Farrell himself and Sean O'Loughlin. On the bench for Wigan, Morgan Smithies, Joe Greenwood, Ethan Havard, Joe Bullock, Mitch Clark, Chris Hankinson, Harry Smith, Liam Byrne, Amir Borough, Jake Shorrocks, Sam Horsall, Kai Pearce-Paul and Joe Shorrocks, of course. Two Shorrocks. Bilko, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, happy new season to you and
yes.
all our viewers this afternoon. And yeah, I mean, it's been a mild all winter, and then the rugby's back.
I tell you,
I
bumped into a polar bear outside. He was wearing a snood. That's how cold it is this afternoon, and the fog is coming down. It's quite Dickensian here at the Piedome this afternoon, but it's great to be back. And of course, we'll be bringing you coverage of Wigan's trip to Leigh this coming Thursday as well, before the season starts proper against Warrington Wolves. Leeds Rhinos, they have Jack Walker at fullback, Harry Newman and Ash Handley on the wings, Liam Sutcliffe and Conrad Hurrell in the centres. The halfbacks are Rob Louis and Luke Gale. The front row is Avagalu Semenegafagai. I knew I'd get that wrong. It's like a Scrabble score. Brad Dwyer and Mikolaj Ledsky. And the back row is Stevie Ward, Reece Martin and Adam Cuthbertson. On the bench for the Rhinos, James Donaldson, Rhys Evans, Richie Myler, Callum McClelland, Alex Mellor, Muiz Mustafa, Tom Holroyd and Luke Briscoe. For their coach Richard Agar. And this afternoon's referee is Marcus Griffiths. And our touch officials are Chris Kendall and Jack Smith. So lots to look forward to this afternoon. See some of Wigan's new signings. No George Burgess this afternoon though for Wigan. Just nursing a hip knock. Hopefully he'll be fine for the start of the season, but it's going to be good to see Jackson Hastings get his first run out for the Warriors, and Jake Bibby as well. And Mitch Clark, of course, and some players coming back after injury like Joe Bullock. So it's going to be one of those games. I think players that say they're going to be on and off, and some players do half an hour, some players do 40 minutes, but it's just going to be
worth noting as well. Leeds have played a couple of games already.
Yes.
They played on Boxing Day and beat Wakefield. They beat Bradford last week. So they, in theory, should be a bit ahead of Wigan in terms of the match impactness. But we'll see how they start today. You know, my feeling going into this season is we look to have a far stronger squad. Last year, it felt like the team, particularly in the pack, picked itself a lot of times.
Yeah.
Injuries had an impact on that, but the signings we made are giving us lots of options in not just each position, but turning players over into different positions if need be during the season. For example, Zach Hardacre is in at centre now.
Yes.
And we know he can play full-back as well. Bevan French is squad number 6, but he's playing full-back, so plenty of options both there and in the back line.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the signings we've made.
Yes, exactly. That could be a clue to maybe how Adrian Lamb will go when the season starts proper. So, of course, got Ollie Gildart to come back as well from injury. But yeah, I agree with you there. The squad looks very strong. And of course, Wigan need to get off to a much better start than last season, of course, and I'm sure that'll happen. Keep everybody injury-free.
Well, we only had 6 wins after 16 games, which tells you how well we did in the second half of the year to finish second.
Absolutely.
But, you know, it'll be very difficult to not do any better than that. Surely we will, and I can't see why we won't, to be honest. It looks like we're going to have a really good season.
Yeah, very much looking forward to it. And yeah, it's just a question of, again, keeping everybody healthy, isn't it? And let's just hope and pray that Don Manfredi can get through a full season. I think if I was Lammy, I won't be playing him when we go to Cass. It's a graveyard that pitch for our players, some of them at least.
Well,
anyway.
Lee's not in today and Ben Flower's not in today, but we're told that they were a bit later back in terms of the off-season, so that's in terms of injury, but they are. Well, they were named in the squad. That was the thing that struck me about the squad. There was only Oliver Gildart missing from the first 20-odd squad numbers, which is quite remarkable for Wigan. We're normally a couple of wingers down as we go into a new season.
Yes.
But, you know, we got Marshall and we've got Burgess, and Manfredi isn't too far away. So, again, options out wide also.
Very much indeed. And, of course, with those options, we saw the departure, of course, of Tom Davis to the Catalan Dragons, because again, the competition is fierce, and no one's guaranteed that first team spot. These, particularly on the wings, we've got an embarrassment of riches there. And as I said, if we can keep everybody fit, then it's going to be a great year. Start of a new decade, and start of a new era at the club. Going to hit the ground running, and let's see what happens this afternoon. Testimonial for one of the most consistent players in our sport, and a super chap to boot. I don't think you very rarely see him have a bad game. Very, very rarely. That's how good he is. So consistent. Of course, he was another one who was injured for quite a chunk of last season as well. And of course, the final season of Captain Marvel himself, Sean O'Loughlin, he's playing this afternoon.
I said on Twitter yesterday we had a 71% win rate when Farrell played last year and a 33% win rate when he didn't.
Well, that tells you everything you need to know, doesn't it?
I mean, he returned actually as a form turn last year.
Yes, he did.
That game at Hull KR.
He did, yes, and he was like he'd never been away as well. He was out for 10 weeks and he came back and started scoring for fun.
I mean, the games we lost when Farrell played last year, were 3 times to Saints, Sydney Roosters, and that playoff game against Salford. So it shows you what impact he has when he's out there on the field, and his experience now. You know, it's hard to imagine he's been around 10 years, to be honest.
Yeah.
He's, like you said, he's one of those players. He's out there and he just does his job. You don't never worry about him. You never see him make a bad error that often.
No.
He's been a great servant, and he's still got a few years to come yet.
Absolutely.
The only thing I'd say is he's, I think, 10 caps for England.
I know. Well, that's been a discussion. Hopefully, get shot of Wayne Bennett, because he clearly doesn't know what he's doing, and start picking players in the positions they should be in. Yeah, it is interesting. He's not played nearly enough at representative level, but the teams are coming out now. Leeds led out by Stevie Ward and Liam Farrell. I'm sure them are not all his kids, just the 2 he's holding. Leads out the Wigan team, who've got their children with them this afternoon. And Leeds in their away strip. It looks like a bottle green, unless I'm much mistaken. And a special shirt being worn this afternoon for this testimonial game. And the officials in black and gold. We're just getting the photographs before we get underway this afternoon. And a few seen George Burgess and Lammy just coming behind us here on the gantry. And we're... Hey, mate. Okay, perfect, yeah. Super, all right, yeah. I just a quick chat with Rads there. George Burgess is going to be joining Bilko and I for part of this broadcast this afternoon. And Leeds playing from left to right. They have kick-off and they get us underway from the boot of Reece Martin. And the first drive taken up by Oliver Partington. It's like dry ice being pumped in from that left corner.
I'm just hoping it's not going to get any worse when it starts to go dark in a little while.
It's like, tonight, Matthew, I will be. So here comes Tony Clubb for Wigan. Sam Powell moving at dummy half up to the 40-metre line. There's a little scoot there, Powell. Brought down just over the 40. Hastings debut in a Wigan shirt for him. Here's O'Loughlin offloading there to Partington. What an impact he made last season, and rewarded with that number 8 jersey. Well, I say that, now he's playing in 17 this afternoon. Anyway, the kick goes downfield. Comfortable take for young Jack Walker at fullback. And a steady start from Wigan. Here's Rob Louis. A good line speed as well from Wigan this afternoon. Ball taken in there by the tall, imposing figure of Mikolaj Ledski. Now here's Reece Martin. Made a good impact for the Rhinos, signed during last season. Here's Cuthbertson. And now Luke Gale, signed of course from Casford. Now this is the man you've got to watch. The beast, and he breaks clear. Conrad Hurrell. What an impact he had at Leeds last season. Last tackle. Here's Handley. Cuthbertson looking to offload as he does, and he's done it again there. Handley with a kick through the line, and Bevan French will pick it up. But there's an early warning sign there, Bilks, of that man Hurrell. He really is a danger out there on that left flank.
Yeah, Leeds, he went round Ardacre a little easily there. I was just thinking it was a good set before that particular tackle they made the break on from Wigan. They were keeping Leeds in their own half, but a nice response here from Wigan at the moment.
Here's Luluai. That's a good ball, almost put Willie Isa into a hole there. But Leeds shut the door quite quickly. Here's Partington now. Hastings. And here is the Pearl himself. Gets it over the halfway line. Sam Powell in at dummy half. Switch play, that's nice. This is the last. Here's Luluai, kick downfield. And French gets on his bike there. We know he can move. Good chase. Oh, he just couldn't quite get hold there. Jack Walker, but that was a lovely play there from Wigan. Some nice switch plays. Tony Clubb gone off already. Yeah, he's gone off down the tunnel. That's not good. And Wigan have also given away a penalty. Well, I didn't see what happened there.
No.
And Liam Byrne has come on for big Tony Clubb. We saw that happen to him quite a lot last season, where he came off early doors. Been plagued with injuries in recent seasons. Here's Cuthbertson now for the Rhinos on the back of that penalty. Good defence there. It goes right now. Here's Rob Louis. Here's Martin. Drops it back on the inside here for Liam Sutcliffe. Versatile Liam Sutcliffe. Probably played just about every position for Leeds. Here's Cuthbertson now. Good defence from Wigan. You've got to watch the offloads with Cuthbertson, that we all know. Now here's Rob Louis down this right-hand side. Here's Reece Martin. Good covering defence from Wigan there. Moving across as a unit. Here's Louis again. Cuthbertson seen a lot of the football. Samana Fargai brought down just outside the 10. Last tackle. This will be Luke Gale now. Puts up the bomb into the corner. Marshall's underneath it. Doesn't collect it, but has the presence there just to bat it over the dead ball line. It will be a goal line dropout. And Leeds look pretty sharp, Bilko, today. As you say, they've probably got that extra couple of games under the belt.
Yeah, I think it is telling early on. Like I said, they played on Boxing Day and had that big hit out against Bradford last Sunday. So,
yep.
You know, it is two different levels of where they are in their pre-season at the moment.
The dropout from Hastings. We have got the shot clocks on today, even though it's a friend. I suppose they've got to get used to that rule again and make sure they follow it. Leeds now. 5 tackles in the pouch here. Here's Gale out to this left-hand side. Walker comes into the line. Not the best there from Tommy. And you don't often say that when it comes to tackling. 5 metres out now, Leeds, and they've got another penalty here. Mr. Griffiths saying a hand in there, quick tap. Here's Gale now, Rob Louis. Drops it off for Martin. Runs straight at O'Loughlin and Farrell. And they're in on that tackle very quickly, along with Ollie Partington. Here's Brad Dwyer now, moves in at dummy half. Fends this out to Gale. Oh, it could be an overlap on here. Ball over the top, but Wigan scramble across quickly to that left-hand side, and that's great scrambling defence there. to deny Ash Handley, who made the England and the Lions squad last season. Of course, prolific try scorer last season for Leeds.
You looked for a second there, he was going to win that battle, and then Wigan came back at him and got him into touch, because it was a pass that left him flat-footed initially, and then it looked like he was going to squeeze in the corner, but good recovery in the end.
Good sliding defence.
Hardacre and Marshall.
Yeah, good sliding defence from Wigan. They've been working on a technique called mapping in pre-season, moving in packs, using drones to help them with this defensive roaming as a line. Watching them doing it in the warm-up, it was fascinating. Here's Byrne now for Wigan. That's a good carry, gets it up to the 30. Powell, now O'Loughlin. He'll be looking for an injury-free final hurrah. He deserves that. Powell kick downfield, it's a good one too. Finds some dry land, picked up by Walker on the 10. And a decent chase as well to bring him down just shy of the 20-metre line. Handley again in the bright blue boots. Good defence again from Wigan. Good start to this contest. Been lively. Here's Harry Newman playing on the wing this afternoon. No Tom Briscoe for Leeds. Here's Dwyer, the live wire, signed from Warrington. And now then, Samana Fargai gets it up to the 40. Last tackle, here's Dwyer. Now Rob Louis puts up the bomb. Test early here for Budgie, takes it well on the 10. Another player who was dogged with injury last season. Decent chase again from Leeds, and penalty. Oh, what's this, a knock on? Well, it's unfortunate. Just going to say Wigan really being put under the pump here, Bilko, and mistakes like that I suppose don't help. Struggling.
Well, when they've had the ball, they've been fine. They've been getting down the field well.
Yeah.
But a penalty and now an error is what is putting them on the back foot in terms of the arm wrestle. A little bit slow around the ruck as well early on in this pre-season. As I said, Leeds a couple of games ahead. That might be a big factor in that. But Leeds again a lot of joy darting out a dummy half early in this contest.
Here's the scrum. Louis feeds it. And now here comes Samana Fargai. Tackled on the 10. So 5 tackles left here for Leeds in a dangerous position. Dwyer goes to the right. Cuthbertson. Here's Louis out the back to Walker. Cut out ball, and if Newman had taken it, that could have been interesting. But he couldn't, and Wigan dodged that particular bullet. Jake Bibby, though, was coming across. I think Wigan had that covered, but again, good quick hands from Leeds. Just couldn't take it in there, Newman.
At the very least, he would have had a goal for the try line if he took that in.
Yeah.
Whether he would have got it down is another question. But we see many spectacular tries now. They took the corner flag out of the equation a few years ago.
Oh, it's an art form, isn't it now? The legs in touch in the air, the one-handed touchdown. So Wigan now with Ollie Partington looking to get out of this 20-metre zone. 2 tackles gone for the Warriors. Powell, and that's a penalty, and a much needed one for the Warriors. Oh, okay. Kick downfield.
Not found touch on the penalty.
No, they've not, and that won't please Adrian Lamb much. And Leeds have the ball, just bringing it forward, and just going to be joined for a few moments on the headset with George Burgess. How are you, sir?
Mate.
Yeah, good to see you.
Good
to see you.
Chilly day out here.
Yes, it is. Well, you're all wrapped up.
It's good to see the lads whipping in early.
Yes, and Samana Fargai coming off. Looks like he's taking a bang to his knee. He's already got it heavily taped there.
Yeah, it looks quite physical early on, doesn't it?
It does.
Which is good.
So how's it been going, pre-season?
Yeah, mate, pre-season's been great.
Yep.
We're really happy with the work that we've put in pre-Christmas, and everyone's looking forward to playing. As you can see, everyone's looking fit and excited. So I'm excited to get out there as well. I was touch and go for this game, but we decided to.
Yeah, is it your hip? Is it?
Yeah, just got a bit of a bang on it.
Right.
So I just been looking after that, and then hopefully maybe get some minutes on Thursday against Lee, and then into it for round 1. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you as well. And it's been a good start this from both teams. It's been lively, good tempo to the game as we can get over the halfway line now. As that fog starting to swirl around the ground as well. Here's Luluai now and Hastings, but Louis read that one. 3 men in on Hastings there before he can offload the ball.
Very keen on Leeds.
They are.
Getting numbers in the tackle.
Yeah, we were saying early doors, I mean, they've already played a couple of games, haven't they? And, you know, they look sharp.
Yeah, I went to watch them last week against Bradford and they look pretty sharp there, so...
And it's two teams looking for a better start to the season, isn't it, than last year?
Yeah.
With the injuries and all kinds of things. Leeds will be looking to bounce back. Had a horrible year last year. And they'll know that they should be up near the top. And their pedigree will tell you that. And the trophy cabinet.
Conrad Arell plays the ball. He was strong last week. He was... Took 3 or 4 men to stop him every time.
He's a beast, isn't he?
Looks like he's had a good pre-season.
Yeah,
so.
And for a man of his size, he can't half shift as well.
Yeah. He'd be a good test for us out there on that left edge.
Yeah, and here's Adam Cuthbertson, who's a successful coach these days as well, isn't he, in the women's game?
There's an error there from Leeds.
Yeah, coached the Leeds Rhinos ladies to the Challenge Cup, and that was Cuthbertson who actually knocked on there.
It's a good opportunity here for us now to get some good ball sets in.
Yes, well, we've not had many so far in this first 15-20 minutes or so. Leeds have been winning the land war, and Wigan have a really good opportunity here. And this fog is getting lower and lower all the time. We'll have to get the miners' helmets on for the second half.
Let's see what Jackson can come up here with his first set.
Here comes the Pearl now. Big day for him. Gets it over the 40-metre line. 35 out now, Wigan. Powell moves in at dummy half. Little switch to the right, Partington. Leads up on him quickly. 2 tackles gone. Here's Luluai now. Yes, lovely ball there, delayed pass there, just unlucky. Isa almost through the hole again. 20 metres out, Wigan now, over on that right-hand side. Hastings now goes across the line.
It's almost gladiatorial with this fog here, isn't it?
It is, very much so. Now then, it comes to the right now. They try this now. O'Loughlin, Hastings. Quick balls through the hands here from Wigan, but Leeds again. Shuffle across.
Let's get a good kick in here.
Yes, now here's the man, Hastings.
Beat set.
That's a good kick. Oh, Rob Louis there. Took a risk. It's done well in the end, but Wigan have forced a dropout.
That's what we want. Bit of building pressure there. That's exactly what we want.
Lovely pinpoint kick there from Jackson Hastings and Rob Louis. That was not an easy take for him. And Fazzy's coming off for or is it? Oh, I thought he was coming off then. Just making his way over.
Liam Farrell doesn't come off.
No, I was going to say. Just making his way over to this sideline here. So the dropout from Jack Walker.
Young Liam Byrne here on the charge.
Yeah.
Great carry.
It is a good carry. 3 men in on the tackle there to bring the youngster down, and that fog is really starting to come down now. It's making it interesting, if nothing else. Here's Partington now, and chance here for Wigan. 4 tackles left in this set, and just over 15 metres out. Powell now shifts it to Hastings, who's starting to grow into the contest now. Liam Byrne.
Getting plenty of work in his Liam Byrne.
He is, yeah. 3 men to bring him down again. 10 metres out, Wigan now. Quick play to the right, Luluai. Oh, that's good feet from French. Oh, almost through.
So close.
Very good feet from the full-back there. 2 tackles left. Now then, Luluai. Quick hands here for Wigan. It's on this left-hand side.
Definitely
here
got
is
some
Farrell. Liam, has he got 6 more? Yes, he has.
The Pearl.
Yes, he has.
He's
Go
going
on,
for a run.
Go on, lad. Well, we'll certainly take that. Maybe the pass was the option, but he went for the kick.
See,
it would.
See the Pearl get over today.
Oh, it would. It really would. Now Wigan on the try line here. O'Loughlin, and now it comes out to Hastings again. Luluai. Wigan starting to. Commentators curse. They were looking as they're starting to put things together now.
Settle this one now.
Just lost a little bit of ground there. Back to the 10-metre line. And here we go again, down this right-hand side. Good run from dummy half as well. right on the touchline. This could be held up over the line. Yes, Mr. Griffiths says so. So Wigan will come back to this 10-metre line for the tap. And what am I doing now?
Thanks for having me, mate. Well,
Oh,
I'm going to go down to the chairman's now, but thanks for...
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yeah,
anytime. And I can't wait to see you out there on the pitch. Yeah. So thank you very much, George.
See you, mate.
And good luck for the season, buddy. Okay. Oh, we've got him for a try just when I wasn't looking. Oh, there you go. And it's Jake Bibby who's opened his account for the Warriors. Short pass down that left-hand side. And Wigan open the scoring this afternoon. Did you see that? I didn't.
No, I was shaking the hand of the big man there.
Yes, but we both were. We took our eye off the action for 2 seconds and Wigan have the temerity to go and score. But Jake Bibby's gone over in the corner. And that's good because Leeds have had the lion's share in the early 10-15 minutes, but Wigan have started to come back into this now and started to look really good with ball in hand, and they've opened the scoring.
Yeah,
and
just making a note of that. First sub of the season, me off, Burgess on.
Yeah, well, we didn't know that was going to happen. It was
and all the time he was on, it was all us.
Yes,
when I was on,
yes.
it was all Leeds. Shall I go home?
I'll tell you what, he was enjoying it too. He was loving it. But I don't want him up here. I want him on the pitch. Now then, Zach.
And he was saying, Liam Farrell, he wants to see him get a try to. I want to see him have a kick at goal later.
Yeah, that's the tradition, isn't it? That's the tradition. But this is not an easy kick for Zach Hardacre, whose kicking was excellent last season. Just dragged it a bit to the left. Kicking so important in our game. Those tight games. But Wigan are 4-0 up, and we have played just over 20 minutes here at the DW as the fog continues. It looks like a set of giant bats running down the sideline there. The Leeds players in these really long coats flapping around. They've got like big wings on them. Here's Marshall now for Wigan. Oh, he's got his drum out to our right. Now then, here's Liam Byrne. Jackson Hastings starting to grow into this game now, Bilko. He's starting to have an influence.
It was pleasing to see. First of all, you get a dropout, and then you convert that dropout into a try.
Yeah.
I think there was a penalty in there as well, but nevertheless, if you can't get a try, get a dropout, and then to convert that, it was really good to see.
Yeah, well, I think that's, and we've said it many times, I think that was what we were missing for a lot of last season, was last tackle plays weren't the best, and that someone like Hastings with the kicking game he has, that was a beautiful kick right under the crossbar. And from that, Wigan were able to profit. Now, this is the last tackle for the Warriors. Sam Powell claps his hands. And now Hastings puts up the bomb into that fog. And out of the fog steps Ash Handley, takes it well before he's brought down on the 20. And this is good stuff from the Warriors. Good line speed as well this afternoon. And I don't think we've made any changes yet, apart from Byrne coming on for Tony Clubb. Hope he's okay. Here's Cuthbertson. Oh, he's lost the ball again. And knock on. That's 2 knock-ons now for Adam Cuthbertson. And we know he likes an offload, but time and a place, son. Time and a place.
Certainly not there that you want to be giving up, but that's where Wigan, you need to be setting your goals now. You got inside, 30 from the line?
Yeah.
Can you get another try here?
I mean, I'm really going to be interested to see Jake Bibby this season. Obviously, scored a bagful for Salford. I didn't really see much of him, obviously, because we only get to play Salford a couple of times a season, but or whatever. But there's going to be a lot of competition in that centre spots this season. Chris Hankinson as well, and Gildart to come back. Hardacre playing in there this afternoon. That could be an indication. Anyway, Luluai now to Sean O'Loughlin, who's looked really good this afternoon so far. The 37-year-old rolling back the ears. Here's Luluai now. They come out French. Beautiful little kick through the line. Oh, good work from Harry Newman. But I'm loving Bevan French at fullback coming round on the loop there. A really intelligent kick as well.
It was a nice option. I think Bibby and French going each other's way.
Well, you get that, don't you, pre-season, just working off the rust. And but it was a lovely kick. And
again, like I was saying, drop out. If you can't get the try, drop out.
And again,
pressure, ramp up with pressure, and then hopefully we saw Leeds last time. They eventually conceded.
Tommy, not the best trap. Not the best trap. Almost gave the ball back. I mean, it's going to be interesting this season as well. We talked, much about the vaunted left side for Wigan. Last season, the right side took over that mantle.
Certainly halfway through the year.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what happens this season. It'd be nice to have that dominance on both flanks, wouldn't it? Here's O'Loughlin now, and that's got to be a penalty surely, but the referee says no, get up and play it. Powell, Luluai, here's Willie Isa, 10 metres out Wigan. He comes back to Luluai, he's looked very busy as well this afternoon. Hastings, here comes the Pearl, Rob Louis tries to get the low tackle in. Last tackle, Wigan going down the short side, O'Loughlin coming round on the loop, oh, unlucky! Went for the offload there, Lockers. I thought he might be able to stretch out and
it's a drop out,
plonk it down himself. It came off a Leeds shoulder, I think, when he tried to go for the offload there. So drop out, says Mr. Griffiths. And they've got to get the skates on here, Leeds, because we're now 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
It's a good result. I'm not sure anyone was on for that offload, to be honest with you, but
we'll take this. Wigan turning the screw here, drop out, and Bevan French takes it. And Wigan here, look at this, 30 metres from the line with only one tackle down as Ollie Partington plays the ball. Sam Powell now. Here's O'Loughlin. Oh, beautiful pass! Go on, son! Willie Isa straight through the gap, and that's retro, that is. That's the O'Loughlin that we know and love. Beautifully timed pass from the skipper there, and Willie Isa straight through the gap there, and Wigan now 8-0 up. Beautiful try.
You can have all the smart tries, the wonder tries, but then when they work, it's simple but effective.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing of the pass. The run as well has to be a perfect timing. Well in sync there, and good finish.
Well, we're looking good. I have to say, we look very good this afternoon. Absolutely. Ole! Yep, and considering this is our first big hit out, really, and Wigan looking really sharp. Leeds were looking good in the first 10 minutes, but we absorbed their rhino horn, and we've come back at them since, and we're looking very nice.
Well, he's creating that pressure with dropouts, three dropouts, and we've managed to get tries on the back of them.
Hardacre now looking for his first conversion of the afternoon. Just inside the 20. Over she goes. And Wigan hit double figures just on the half-hour mark. Wigan 10, Leeds Rhinos 0. And, well, so far so good. Just the worry over Tony Clubb. Went straight off down the tunnel. Hopefully that's nothing too serious. It's going to keep everybody as healthy as possible before curtain up against Warrington, which I may remind you is not far away. It's 11 days until we get underway with Super League. Here's Liam Marshall. Not seen much of the ball this afternoon so far. And but Jackson Hastings definitely having an impact now on his. Look at all that talking going on. At times Wigan missed a lot of that last season. And here's Liam Byrne. Good carry again. And a penalty. Well done.
Go forward's been really good from Wigan this afternoon.
It has, hasn't it? Especially
really
from
good.
the youngsters as well. And that's really exciting for the future. When, and we've said it many times, in amongst all the injuries, it forces you to bring these lads through. And in amongst all the wreckage of the injuries of last season, the shining lights of Partington and Byrne, that's what happens, isn't it? And you ask them to step up, and they certainly have done that. And of course, we've got Joe Bullock back fit as well, which is another massive boost. It's proper exciting. Now then, O'Loughlin has to spin out of that tackle. Ball's come free. Oh, knock on, says ref. Not sure about
Tony
that one.
Clubb's coming back on here,
Oh,
Joe.
there we go. So Liam Burns on. Clubby's back on, just
Good.
strapping to his right knee. I don't know if it was on before the start of the game, that strapping, to be fair, but I know what it is. I bet he just nicked off because he was missing Murder, She Wrote. Sundays. Wanted to go off and watch a bit and then come back on. So he's on now, back on, front row. And they go to the left here now, and well, Wigan.
Nice 80s reference, sir.
Yeah.
What channel's that on?
It's 5 USA, all day on a Sunday. And Colombo as well. Love a bit of Colombo. I reckon that's what he was doing. Oh, penalty for Leeds. And they'll be grateful for that because it's been one-way traffic for the last 15-20 minutes. And the kick into touch.
You see with Leeds already, though, Gale, he's going to run everything for them this season. It's all around him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeping him fit. He's had some bad luck with injuries since Cass got to that grand final 2 or 3 years ago.
Yes, he missed all of last season, and he's got his dream move to his boyhood club. Now then, here's Dwyer. Ooh, that looked a tad forward. But the referee says play on. Here's Donaldson in the bright yellow boots. 25 out now. Rob Louis drops it back on the inside here. That was a nice work there from Leeds. It's to Sutcliffe. Dwyer now. Here's Cuthbertson. Here is Gale. Walker comes into the line, but Wigan coming across. But finally got the tackle in there, did Luluai. They'd have been disappointed if he'd managed to squirm free there. Now here's Dwyer. Little kick through, comes off Partington, but the ref said it came off his knees, and I'm inclined to agree. Just a bit of fatigue starting to set in now, which is understandable. I think Lockers is coming off for a breather now. Yes, he is. And we've got a penalty as well. Well, what a fantastic 30 minutes from Sean O'Loughlin there. Fantastic. And from Ollie P. Oh, and meanwhile, Liam Marshall takes the tap. Oh, he should have passed to Hardacre. He was on his shoulder. Oh, and Zach can't get the ball free.
I think Hardacre was a bit in front of him. That's why he couldn't pass. Smithies and Bullock have come on, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, how exciting is that? Here is the Raging Bullock. He's on now. We missed him towards the end of last season. What a find he was as well. And now we go down this left-hand side. Here's Hastings to the Pearl. Good tackle from Rob Louis. Good traditional tackle as well. Round the legs. Don't see enough of that. Now Hastings. Powell. Little show and go. Brings in Luluai. Drops it off for Willie Isa. Try scorer of Wigan's second try on the back of that beautiful pass from O'Loughlin. Last tackle for Wigan. And they go left again. Here's Hastings. Here's French. Oh, it's come forward off Leeds, surely. Well.
No, he said he went backward off Leeds. I think it's probably right. It was probably well that Leeds got in the way there, because I think that might have been a try had that pass got away from French.
High tackle as well. So a penalty to the Rhinos. But again, I'm loving Wigan coming down this left-hand side, and loving Bevan French even more. He's looking the business at full-back. And that's going to give Lammy a few.
That is an area I think we could improve. I think Hardacre was up there for a lot of awards last year.
Yeah.
But I think we could have had more from full-back. Not necessarily what the full-back was doing wrong, perhaps what was happening in front a lot of the time. But the more we can get our full-back into the game, the more dangerous we're going to be to the opposition defence.
Yeah,
and you're seeing it early. You're not just having to look at Hastings. You have to keep your eye now on French, on what we're doing on last tackles.
Absolutely. It's become more and more an important position on the field as the years have gone by. And you know, it's not just a defensive position, the last man line of defence. It's much more of an attacking position now, full-back. And Leeds have made another couple of changes. Here's Donaldson for the Rhinos. Halted just on the Wigan 40 by Tony Clubb, who thankfully seems okay. Here's Gale. He drops it back inside for Stevie Ward. last tackle for Leeds. 30 metres out, they go to the left. Gale puts up the kick into that fog, and that's a nice take from Liam Marshall. And he's smothered immediately under the considerable mass of Conrad Hurrell. But it's been a good game, this. Been a really good game. You wouldn't, I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't imagine this was a pre-season friendly. It's been right up there for tempo. There's not been many mistakes. Both teams look fairly solid, and, you know, Wigan have looked great going forward. It's not been riddled with errors at all, or, you know, lack of cohesion, rustiness, which is a real testament to Lammy and Richard Agar. The kick goes downfield, but straight into the arms of Ash Handley. And he's able to get that up to the 40-metre line. And another change for Leeds sees Alex Mellor come on, signing from the Huddersfield Giants. He'll replace Reece Martin. And a big signing for Leeds, Bilko, in the off-season. He's not playing today, he's Cruz Leeming. I've also always waxed lyrical about him when we've gone to Huddersfield.
Good game for Huddersfield last year,
yeah,
when they won early in the season.
Yeah, he's a top player, and he will certainly add something to that half-back dummy half role with Brad Dwyer. Now then, they come left again. Here's Walker, comes into line. Here's that man Hurrell, offloads it to Handley, but again, rabid defence from Wigan. This is excellent. Last tackle, Hurrell. Here's Gale now. Lateral kick. Burgess tries to get it knocked back. Louis. Now then, Newman. Good feet there. Little dink inside, but French mops that up. And well, that looked a bit late to me. Touch it. Come on, touch it. Nothing doing. Here's Joe Burgess. He's not seen much of the ball, Budgie, this afternoon so far. Here's Marshall again. Good carry.
Yeah, they were pleased with the defence as well. Wigan Leeds actually throwing a lot at us.
Yeah, another penalty there.
You know, there's plenty of speed in their attack, both left and right, but we managed to scramble them when they do try and get that overlap out wide. Penalty helps, though, for us to get out our own quarter here.
And Wigan's sliding defence has been excellent. And that was a penalty given away by Tom Holroyd, who I think, is that the son of Graham? If I'm not mistaken. I think he is. Big lad, anyway. Here's Clubb. Up to the halfway line. Another penalty for Wigan. Take this all day long, sir. Thank you very much. It shows Wigan starting to get on top now at the ruck as the fog is teasing us rather here. It's it has come down lower, but it's not a problem yet. Be worried about going home. I might bump into Raffles outside.
Might be interesting when it goes dark soon, but we'll see.
Well, said we might have to get the miners' helmets on second half. Anyway, here's Joe Bullock now for Wigan. Great to see him back. 15 metres out, Warriors here. And Powell at dummy half. Here's Tommy Luluai. Brings in Hastings and Isa. It's going to be harder for us as well, trying to see who people are. We're right up on the gantry this afternoon. And Wigan coming forward again here. That was a lovely little layoff ball there. 5 metres out. Short ball. Ooh. Good defence there from Leeds. Read that one there. Oh, knock on. Unfortunate.
Yeah, they were setting up left as well, where it was 5-on-3. If we could have got that ball away, it would have been interesting. But I think it was Tony Clubb who made that error. A soft one at the play of the ball.
So Leeds will be relieved at that as the... Well, I'll tell you, the half to our right is pretty much fog-free. It's literally... And then you cross the halfway line and the fog starts. Bizarre. So Leeds...
Well, 20 minutes ago it was rolling in on the right-hand side, wasn't it, at the south stand then?
It's all coming in from the left now. So anyway, Leeds looking to emerge out of the fog, quite literally. The 10-0 down, they get the penalty with Conrad Hurrell. And we can't be far off half-time now. 35 minutes gone. Yeah, I won't be looking at the stadium clock because I don't think we started bang on 3, did we? So obviously we didn't.
There's a real time clock down there. On the
Is that still? Oh, oh yeah. Oh, it's on. Oh, right. Okay. How long have I been coming here?
Yeah, and I have to tell you every week.
Holroyd now for Leeds on his own 40. Cuthbertson, Louis, and now out to this right-hand side, and that's great defence again. Jake Bibby wrapping up Liam Sutcliffe. Here's Harry Newman now, comes in off his wing. Clubb, Farrell and Smithies in on that 3-man tackle there, which Wigan are famous for. Here's Louis now. Out to Gale. Now then. Oh, that looked a tad forward to Stevie Ward. But again, Wigan's sliding defence has been absolutely superb this afternoon. And I wonder if it is that mapping they've been doing. They've been doing a lot of it in pre-season. Oh, and the lack of communication there as that ball sailed over the head of Liam Sutcliffe and into touch.
If that was Leeds mapping, he threw that one into the sea.
He did, with a great big splash. So Wigan will have head and feed here. Still got the youngsters warming up down there. Still got Mitch Clark to come out as well. Really looking forward to seeing him. As see him just below us, going through his paces on the sideline. Real rumbustious forward. Absolutely ruined us when he was at Cast in that game where we were miles ahead and then inexplicably ended up losing. Here's Morgan Smithies. What a season he had last season. Here's Hardacre now.
Should be a good test to start to the season though, to be fair. Warrington,
oh yeah,
Castleford and Toronto.
Well, we think it's cold. Toronto don't play the first few games in Canada, do they, for a while?
It's here anyway.
Yeah, because it's about -40 over in Canada at the moment. Here's Hastings. Did an up and under in Canada at the moment. The ball wouldn't come down. Great chase again from Wigan there as the fog swirling again in this left half of the field. Here's Walker. Good offload. Now, can they get some joy down that left-hand side? No, again, Wigan jealously defending their line, which has been really heartening to see here. Handley, good carry from the winger. Gets it over the 40. Now then, Gale drops this ball. Big shot coming in there. What a fantastic hit that was on James Donaldson. He certainly felt that from Joe Bullock and Sam Powell. Cuthbertson, little run around with Gale. They're trying down this left-hand side again. Lovely kick, but Marshall does ever so well, and he does even better than that. Go on, Marshy, lad. Go on. Ooh, gets it up to the 20. That was a bit late there. Come on, Touchy. And now he's lying on him for good measure.
Yeah, very lucky to get away without a penalty there.
Yeah. And Clubb's coming off. I think he's okay this time.
Not only did it look like a flop, I think he held him down a long while, and Leeds have got an error from Wigan here. So they're going to get the last attack of the half with 1:20 to go.
Mitch Clark has come on for the Warriors for his first run out in a cherry and white jersey. Tony Clubb comes off. Seems okay. But yes, can Leeds come up with something here on the stroke of half-time? They trail by 10 points to 0. Tries for Jake Bibby and Willie Isa. Here's Rob Louis. Not the best pass to him there. Had to really reach down for that one. Cuthbertson. But Wigan just looks so good in defence this afternoon. Really on it. I wonder if Faz can have a testimonial every week. Maybe that's the key. 12 metres out, the Rhinos over on this right-hand side. Back to Louis. Straightens up. Clark manages to wrestle him to the floor, but he gets the offload. Gale again. Floats it out to... Well, that's a good tackle again. Jake Bibby coming over very quickly there on Alex Mellor. Gale, little kick through the line again. Oh, it's bounced up nicely. Well, it was a clever kick. And that can happen. It just sat up nicely for, I think, for Richie Myler. And Leeds have got a try right on the stroke of half-time, and they'll feel that they probably deserve something from this first half. They look good in the first 10-15 minutes, but Wigan have dominated since then. But that's again the quality, Bilko, of Luke Gale there. Lovely kick through the line, and ball just, that's the lottery, isn't it, with the rugby ball? It just sat up nicely for Myler there.
For Wigan, it was a stinking bounce, to be fair. It took 2 out, and it just went straight into Myler's hands, right under the sticks as well. But, you know, if you keep putting in quality kicks, you'll find a bit of luck somewhere.
Yep.
And he did on that occasion.
That's what Luke Gale brings, as well as Jackson Hastings. And those little dink kicks through the line, they do them on an angle. So this should be regulation for Snozza, right in front of the sticks. Over she goes. And that's the half-time hooter, and Wigan lead by 10 points to 6. And what has been a really excellent first 40 minutes of rugby league here at the Pie Dome. Excellent stuff from Wigan. Jake Bibby going over for the first try, and then Willie Isa going over for Wigan's second, converted by Zach Hardacre. And then really in the last literally 10 seconds of the first half, Richie Myler picking up the crumbs from a lovely kick from Luke Gale. So Bilko, your thoughts there for that first 40 for Wigan? I, for one, am deeply impressed.
Yeah, I think both coaches will actually be happy with the hit out the sides have got in this game. It's been really evenly contested, not many errors, as you said earlier in the commentary. I think Wigan have done some good things with ball in hand. Defence in general have been good from Wigan. Unlucky bounce there at the end, but Leeds have had a few opportunities. Probably a first score, I'd say, on the whole of that first half. Yeah,
well, there you go. 10-6. Go and pour yourself a hot drink. And we're going to go and have a hot drink. We'll be back in around about 10-12 minutes time for full second half commentary here on Wigan TV. So at half time in this Liam Farrell testimonial in the fog here at Wigan, it's Wigan Warriors 10, Leeds Rhinos 6. Back soon. Okay, welcome back to the DW Stadium. You're listening to Joe Mills and Bilko here on Wigan TV for the Liam Farrell testimonial. Wigan Warriors against the Leeds Rhinos on a very foggy Sunday afternoon. But you know what, that first 40 minutes was excellent, and Wigan were as well. They lead 10-6 coming into this second half. They'll be playing from left to right in the cherry and white, and Jackson Hastings will get us back underway. Two very strong teams out here this afternoon, and they've served up an excellent first 40 minutes that was worthy of Super League, never mind a friendly. And we're hoping for more of the same in this second half as Holroyd comes forward for the Rhinos. And don't forget, we'll be at the Leigh Sports Village this coming Thursday for Wigan's last pre-season friendly against the Leigh Centurions. And Bilko and I will be in the chair for that, so I hope you can join us for that. As Leeds come forward now, trailing by 10 points to 6. Here's Cuthbertson. And Callum McClelland, who's on for Leeds. There'll be a raft of changes. We'll try and keep you up with them. Louis now up into that dense fog. And that's not easy for Burgess, but Leeds take the ball. It is on the last, and that will be the turnover. We'll have to do our best to try and pick out who's got the ball this afternoon, but the fog is getting thicker and thicker as this game goes on. But I think we're at the point of no return now. Got to see it through. Could be a case of don't adjust your set. Burgess brings it forward for Wigan. That's Joe Burgess. No George today. Did join us on comms earlier on. Here's Joe Bullock. Gets it over the 30. Powell at dummy half. Kicks downfield. That's a good kick too. Turns Jack Walker around. Picks it up on the 20. And a decent chase from Wigan. So just more of the same, hopefully, Bilko, second half from Wigan.
Yeah, it'd be interesting if the intensity keeps up as you get more and more interchanges. You know, a few of the players on the Wigan bench played on Friday down in London, like Joe Shorrock, Kai Pearce-Paul, Sam Halsall, Jake Shorrock, Sammy Aburo, players like that. Interesting to see Harry Smith when he comes on as well.
Yes, a lot expected.
Or if he's on, I mean, it's getting
young
harder
man
to see now in this form.
Yes, it is. He is Conrad Hurrell. There's no mistaking him as he gets it over the 14, gets the offload as well. But Morgan Smithies does well there to tie Leeds up just on the 40-metre line inside the Wigan half. Milo will get up and play. Cuthbertson. This is Rob Louis. Oh, almost through the gap there. Just hung on to his shirt tails there. Did Mitch Clark. Now Gale going up aerial again, and Burgess does well. Is he going to stay on the dance floor? Just about over there on that far left-hand side in the fog. And that's going to be a tactic used, and why not? Stick it up high in this fog that's swirling over the DW this afternoon. As Wigan come forward again. I think that's Joe Bullock. I'm not sure. No mistake in this man. Today's all about. Liam Farrell gets up just shy of the 30-metre line, taking a bang on his head there by the look of it. Now here's Mitch Clark. Last tackle for Wigan. Farrell's just looking a bit groggy there in back play. Good work there on the last kick downfield. Comfortable take for Ash Handley. Oof.
That is Harry Smith.
Yeah, that is. I was just going to say, yeah. Looks like Bevan French is. Oh no, he's still there at fullback. Harry Smith's out there. Oh, Tommy Luluai has come off, hasn't he? Probably only going to play a half, Tommy, this afternoon, I would imagine. Here's Rob Louis. Now then out to that right-hand side. Alex Mellor.
Farrell's coming off, I think, Joe.
Well, that would be not ideal. I think it's just a precaution. Looks like he's taking a bang on his head.
Yeah, it might be a head assessment,
yeah,
that one.
It's not what we want to see today, of all days.
So Joe Shorrock's coming on.
Yes, he is. And
Leeds
Wigan have
knock
got
on.
the ball back, and Bevan French now. Oh, just ankle tap there. Leeds were moments away from being handed another French lesson. And here's Marshall. Gets it up to the 40. And Liam Farrell just going off down the tunnel. I think it's just a head check, as you say. Took a bang on the head. Another good carry there. From Byrne, gets up, plays it. Now here's Mitch Clark for Wigan. Gets it over the halfway line. Powell. Hastings. Now Bullock. Over the 40. Going down the short side now. Here's Joe Greenwood, who's on for Wigan. Another player who was dogged with injury last season. Well, I mean, when he came in, he was a revelation, wasn't he? And he's had concussion problems and all kinds of things last season. And if we can keep him healthy, again, that's going to be real competition in that for that second row berth for Wigan.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, that's the squad depth but I'm talking about. If we can keep them all fit, there's a lot of good squad depth there. You know, he kind of had 2 games in the second half of last year, then a few out, and he just couldn't get going, could he? And I think he got fit right at the end, but you know, your team was settled then when you're in good form and you're looking at
Willie
the playoffs.
Yeah, Willie Isa made that position his own, and Leeds get a penalty. And oh, someone spoke out of turn there. Another 10 metres. So Gale pumps the ball into the Boston stand. We think it's gone over the... Yes, it has. Now then, here's Louis. And Cuthbertson now for Leeds. They're enjoying a good spell of possession here, but Wigan standing firm so far. There's Donaldson. 15 metres out, former Hull Kingston Rovers player. Gale back on the inside for Holroyd. And Wigan again, good defence, but Leeds looking threatening now. 5 metres out. Gale, oh, lovely change of direction there to get the kick in, but too much on it. But as you said, I mean, everything's going through him. He's the hub, isn't he?
He's going to be massive for them this season if he stays fit. Yeah, they've done all right, Leeds, I think. I think I've seen enough that they'll be far better this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've been a yo-yo team in that regard, haven't they? They had a horrible season, then they won the league, and then the year after that they had another horrible season. And it just seems to be the way it's gone. But
I think the expectation of Leeds has got to be get back in the top 5.
Oh, without a doubt.
That is certainly.
I think that's minimum requirement this season for a club. But oh, Mitch Clark's lost the egg there, and Leeds will have it back gratefully. Here's Mellor, and those errors maybe just starting to creep in a bit now as fatigue sets in. We had a real rip-roaring first 40. And here's Harry Newman for the Rhinos. Good defence from Wigan there. Greenwood involved. Gale again, scheming. Here's Hurrell. Attracts 3-4 Wigan jerseys there to bring him down. He's still on his feet. Finally gets up. And Leeds will come forward now. Little shows and goes there. Just inside the 10. Looks like they're going left. Here's Gale again, out the back. Walker, one-handed pass. Hurrell, great scrambling defence from Wigan. Excellent work there to get Handley into touch, and Harry Smith was involved in that. Great work from Wigan.
Yeah, good defence. They've tried and tried and tried to get us out wide all this game, and we've managed to get across in good numbers to thwart those efforts from Leeds.
They're certainly favouring this left side, aren't they? Very much so.
Yeah.
And
Hardaker and Marshall. Hardaker was caught out very early on in the game, but since then they've really muscled up.
And Harry Smith did really well to scramble across there to put England international Handley into touch, and Wigan come forward now with Chris Hankinson, who's on the field as well for Wigan. Good on him too. He's wearing really bright yellow boots, so at least we can tell who he is as the fog descends even more. Wigan now on their own 20. Smithies. Again, a solid start to the second period here from both teams. Bullock comes forward again, another good carry. Gets it over the 30-metre line. Oh, and a knock on from Big Joe Bullock there, says the referee. And again, those errors just starting to creep in now. It's getting cold.
Yeah, it's been a few of them from both sides, so I hope to iron that out. Seems to be that area of the field as well.
Yeah,
all the time.
It's the Bermuda Triangle for knock-ons.
They'll be wanting to iron that out, but it's the kind of thing you expect in pre-season.
Well, in the first few rounds as well. I mean, you know, Adrian Lamb's been outspoken, feeling that the season starts too early.
It'll be interesting how they go. They've threatened to clamp down on the play of the balls, haven't they? But
yeah.
We haven't really seen any of that today from the referee.
No, we've not. And here's Adam Cuthbertson now, and good run again from him. Takes 3-4 Wigan men again to bring him to ground. Holroyd comes off for Leeds. And now they go left again. It's on here. Handley, he's in. And finally, Leeds get joy down that left-hand side. Lovely run-around move. I think it was Marshall, the man who jammed in there, and it opened up the gap. And they created that overlap. And once Handley had the ball from 10 metres out, he just knew he was going to get in there, despite the valiant efforts of Bevan French. Ashley Handley. Well, we're all square, 10 apiece. And Leeds have come right back into this contest. And a tough kick now for Reece Martin, right on the touchline on this left-hand side. But it wasn't for the one to try in there, Bilko, down that left-hand side for Leeds. They've been at it all half, and they finally unlocked the door.
Yeah, it's a big overlap, though.
Yeah.
I think the damage had been done before it got out wide. And nice finish. Good effort from French to try and get across, but he was always second favourite.
He was. Amir Burrows come on for the Warriors. So I assume that will be Sam Powell taking a breather. As Reece Martin now attempts to put Leeds in front, but he, like Hardacre, has just dragged it to the left. So we're even Stevens here at the DW, 10 points all, and we have played 52 minutes. So still plenty of time. Things to change yet. Sam Powell coming off for a breather. He's putting a good shift this afternoon so far. Crowd getting a bit vocal now. So it'll be Chris Hankinson to get us back underway. Left-footed, deep downfield. Louis underneath it, takes it. And Cuthbertson will run this up for Leeds. Game on a knife edge now, 10 apiece. Half an hour remaining. Aledsky. Again, Wigan in, 3 men in the tackle. Myler, Gale. Again, 3 men in for Wigan. Good defence again. 30 metres out now, Hurl. Again, he just keeps going, doesn't he? Great leg pump from the big man. Almost up to the halfway line. Martin to Aledsky. Again, Wigan, 3 men in that tackle. Great defence again. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Louis this time over on the right. He puts in the kick. French collects it comfortably. And now out to Liam Marshall. Good feet from Marshall. Gets it over the 20. That looked like a second effort there, but the referees let it go.
Second half started a bit like the first half.
Yeah, Leeds
on top because of the Wigan errors. There've been a couple. Can they grow out of it, or Wigan, and score a try at the other end?
This is Mitch Clark for Wigan, and that fog is getting rather cold as well as it's swirling in. Here's Bullock for Wigan, up to the halfway line. Borough moves in at dummy half. Harry Smith, real look to the future here for Wigan. Kick downfield, picked up by Walker on the 10. Good chase from Bev French, good tackle as well. Handley, scorer of Leeds' second try. Richie Myler with the first, right on the stroke of half-time. Gale, Aledsky. Good defence again from Wigan. But Leeds now getting a bit of a roll on here as they come down this left-hand side. With, I think it's Luke Briscoe. He's got 34 on his back, and there's not a 34 on our team sheet. That's naughty. Oh, gap opens up there. Reece Martin on the last. Wigan clocked off there. They've got away with it, though. I think for all the world there, they thought that they were going to go for the kick, didn't they? And they just switched off. Martin saw the big gap there and went for it.
Defence never panicked at all, just zoned in on him. There was no one there to take an offload if he decided to throw it away. Quick play of the ball there.
Marshall. And this won't be an easy second half for Wigan, because I think looking at it, Lammy's going to make quite a few changes and it just disrupts the flow a little bit. But it's not about the result today, although it's always nice to win. It's about getting minutes under the belt for all of your squad, really, giving them a run out. And Harry Newman bringing it forward for Leeds. Brought down just in front of the halfway line. Here's Cuthbertson, really put a shift in today. Got to stop that offload, boys, and they do. Leeds definitely dominating this second half at the moment. And a bang to the head there for Cuthbertson. Wigan have not really threatened at all so far in this second period. Here's Louis. Now then, out to this right-hand side. Sutcliffe brought down on the 20-metre line. Last tackle for Leeds. Louis now with the kick. Little dink, but that's not the best kick in the world, and that's well taken by young Harry Smith, who came across quite quickly there. French can't make any ground there from dummy half. Oh, it's good work from Marshall there. Good ducking, if nothing else. And Mitch Clark coming off, and Liam Byrne is back on. So a brief entry for Mitch Clark, obviously just working his way back to full fitness. And here's Joe Greenwood. Burrow, oh, not the best pass, but well taken there. Off his toes from Smith. Oh, and a good kick as well, which almost bounced back into Wigan hands. But Leeds have it with Jack Walker. Here's Gale, and now here's Handley. Brought down on the halfway line. Wigan 10, Leeds 10 here in the fog at the DW Stadium on Wigan TV. Glad you could join us. Don't forget, we'll be back on Thursday as Wigan travel to the Leigh Sports Village. As Leeds come forward here. Oh, sloppy ball, hits the deck. Handley picks it up though, but Marshall and Hankinson tidy that up quite quickly. Here's Reece Martin. Just been starved of the ball, Bilko, really, this second half. Wigan can't get forward. Gale with a little kick. Not the best, and French takes it in.
It feels like we're going to make a few more changes than Leeds. That's a factor as well.
Well, we've got about, I think, 4 more subs than they have today. So, like I say, it always disrupts things a little bit.
The goal forward's not quite there that was there, certainly in that second half of the first half. But, still 10-all. They're looking for an error as well, maybe, Wigan.
And I think it's the experienced heads that have gone off as well, which has caused that, since Farrell's gone off and Lulawai and Lockers. Just thought that go forward, not quite there. Big hit there on Liam Byrne. Last tackle. And Wigan are only on their own 30 here. It goes left. Harry Smith with the kick. It's a deep one, but a comfortable take for Walker. Here's Harry Newman now for Leeds. But Wigan have looked good this afternoon, really working hard in defence.
That Leeds just taking Conrad Hull off.
Yes, Luke Briscoe is also going to come on for.
Rhys Evans come on, signing.
Yeah, strange one that. A Championship team loaning one of their players to a Super League team. Of course, he played at Warrington for a while and big things expected of him, and he's kind of sort of drifted out really in last couple of seasons. Surprised to see him at Championship level, but he's got another shot here. And a couple of changes. Zach Hardacre coming back on for Wigan shortly, along with Sam Halsall. Not seen much of that young man yet.
A good game down in London in the week on Friday.
He looks like a forward. Is he a forward?
No, winger.
Oh, he's a winger. He's a big lad. Oh, centre. That's a good kick, but Wigan are going to get the pen there. And Hardacre will come on, and he will replace Bevan French, who's had an excellent hour this afternoon for the Warriors. Look really dangerous at full back, putting in some lovely kicks.
Yeah, Halsall's gone in centre on the far side alongside Burgess.
So a real shuffling of the pack from Adrian Lamb, which was always going to happen today, and there's another one on imminently. We are going to see
Havard.
Yeah, Ethan Havard. So 30 metres out from their own line here. Here's Hastings. Smith, Greenwood, just went behind Hankinson there. This is the kind of thing that happens when you're chopping and changing your players, but it's all part of the pre-season fun. Joe Bullock makes way for Ethan Havard. And, well, Wigan have lost the ball there, and it comes back now. Here's Rhys Evans. That ball from Luke Gale. I think that's the 0 tackle as well. Here's Luke Briscoe. Cuthbertson Oledzki. Again, 3 men in on the tackle. Good work again in defence, but Wigan struggling to get out of their own half in this second half. Cuthbertson again for Leeds. Seen a lot of the ball he has today. Now then, Gale, Louis, going down this left-hand side again. Great tackle though from Hankinson on Rhys Evans. Here's Rhys Martin. Louis drops the ball off for Tom Holroyd. Again, 3 men in on the tackle for the Warriors. 5 metres out now, the Rhinos. Myler to Louis, which maybe kept hold of the ball for too long there. Went up a dead end. And this is the last tackle for Leeds. 5 metres out, and the fog starts to drop again. Gale, kick into the corner. Marshall, oh, brilliant take. Did really well there. And that'll be a tap on the 20. And we know how good he is at these. Yeah. Almost through the line again.
Just take it in the middle of the field, unlike
yes,
at Wakefield.
Like at Wakey. Well, you know, we won't talk about that. We got the try, we don't care. Hastings is making way now. He's had another good hour for Wigan as well on his debut. And he will be replaced. I think it was Jake Shorrocks who came.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. And so Wigan ringing the changes now. Still 10 apiece. Balls come free. Referee has given a penalty for Wigan. Looked long and hard at his touch judge there. So that ball was reefed out of the grasp of it.
Good position, all set up for Marshall. They've put a few kicks his way, and he's done really well under the bomb today.
He's not the tallest lad, and he's dealt with everything that's been thrown at him today. Hardacre with the tap. Smithies will bring it forward for Wigan. This is the first time we've been down this end of the field for quite some time. Here's Borough. And now Havard. See all these young men out here for Wigan now this afternoon. The future is out there. Here's Smith. Harry Smith for Wigan. Off the back of that paddle, he's lost the ball.
Lost it, yeah.
And Leeds have come up with it. That's a shame. On the 10 it was as well. Cuthbertson will bring it forward for Leeds, and that's disappointing there. Now then, Luke Briscoe. Good tackle from Joe Greenwood. Game still finely poised at 10 apiece. Leeds now down this left-hand side. Rhys Martin. Good work from Hankinson there to wrap him up on the halfway line. Walker. Gale. Louis now drops it off for Nikolai Oledzki. Gale, to have a bit of a rethink there, gets the offload, cheeky one at that to Rob Louis. Greenwood, great tackle on Louis. Last tackle now for Leeds. They come left. Gale with the kick. Marshall watches it. And then, oof, the best pass there to Zach Hardacre. Did well to take it. Hardacre dropped into his more usual position at fullback, with Bevan French taking a breather. Here is Marshall again for Wigan. He's got through some work this afternoon.
Yeah, so it's interesting really that Leeds still going with their starting halfbacks, Louis and Gale, where Wigan have long since, well, Hastings came off a few minutes ago, Luluai came off I think at half time.
Yes, he did, yeah.
So, it becomes harder to assess the performances when the teams, like I said, are at different levels of pre-season. Leeds in their third game.
Rob Louis just actually come off, as you said that. Richie Myler's come back on. So obviously Richie Agar wants to have a look at that combo of Louis and Gale and Myler and Gale.
But we're going to have come into it a lot more in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Settled down after those. A lot of chopping and changing, wasn't there, within a few minutes?
Yes, very much so. And things have settled down now. Look at this scene here at the DW. It's like the witches in Macbeth. There's the mist swirling round here. It's 10 apiece. And who can predict what may happen in the remainder of this half? As Leeds now look to go down the right-hand side, and Alex Mellor trying to fend off the advancing Wigan defence. Here's Holroyd. Big shot on him from Havard there, but he rides it. Before he's well, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure he was tipped over there, to be fair. But the referee deciding it's a penalty for a tip tackle. Well, will they go for the 2 here, Leeds? Yes, they are.
Really?
Yes.
Whoa.
Well then.
Priest could have booze for that from below us, eh? Pre-season.
Well, they want the win, don't they? They want the win, these Yorkshire men. They want the bragging rights, so...
Yeah, well, Wigan had a similar position. They had a penalty a few minutes ago.
They did. Well, looks like Luke Gale's come off now. Oh, he's just coming off for a drink. I think he's going to maybe play the full 80, Luke Gale. I mean, he'll be as fresh as a daisy when he didn't play at all last season. And I think Richard Agar will be keen to get as many minutes into Luke Gale's legs as possible before the season starts. Cuthbertson's come off for Leeds as well now. So Reece Martin with this kick. 32 metres out. This to take the lead for Leeds, and this will be 12 unanswered points for the Rhinos. It looks good from here. The flags go up. The boos. Joe Bullock comes on to replace Morgan Smithies. But like I said, it's not about the result this afternoon. It's getting minutes into legs, looking at combinations. And Wigan have been great this afternoon. They really have. It's been really encouraging to see. And they've more than held their own here against a strong Leeds side who, as Bilko pointed out, have had a couple of extra games in pre-season. It makes all the difference. Now here's the exotically titled Muiz Mustafa. Not seen this young man before. Certainly looks a unit, doesn't he? Oh, well done, Joe Greenwood. Knock on. Yeah, I was going to say that, Stu. Yeah, go for the 2. See what the crowd do then. There might be a riot if we did that. Now then, it's going to be a scrum down, Wigan head and feet. And chance for Wigan here. It's definitely the clearer. Yes, ole. Definitely the clearer half to play rugby in this one. It's still very foggy in the other half for some weird reason. And Wigan have it now. They go down this left-hand side with Liam Byrne. 22 metres out, the Warriors. They trail by 12 points to 10. Here's Havard. 20 metres out. Now then, Shorrocks to Hardacre. Oh, his kick comes off the feet of Rhys Evans, and this lad's got pace, but he's not quicker than Liam Marshall, who tracks back there and brings him down on the 40. Now, Luke Gale. Not sure if the kick was maybe the right option there, Bilko, but...
It was the right option if it was better executed.
Well,
but
maybe,
it
yeah.
was just a pretty poor effort, to be honest, from Hardacre. And, you know, maybe a younger Rhys Evans would have returned that for a try, but couldn't win a foot race against Marshall.
Yeah, and we're going to see young Kai Pearce-Paul, recent signing from London. This is the last tackle for Leeds. Here's Gale. Oh, I think he dropped that before he kicked it. No, he's given the knock on for Wigan there. Hardacre couldn't gather that one up. It was a strange one, that, from Luke Gale.
Yeah, he dropped it onto the boot, and
yeah.
I think it was right. I think Wigan knocked on trying to defend it on the line.
Well, more defending for the Warriors to do. Kai Pearce-Paul will be coming on shortly. Gangly young figure, isn't he, down there? But before that, Wigan have got to see off this threat from Leeds. You've got 6 tackles in the bag here from 10 metres out. And it will come to Ledsky. Takes up the first drive for the Rhinos. And Callum McClelland on the field for Leeds now. Holroyd takes up the second drive, but runs into that cherry and white wall, gets to his feet quickly. 2 metres out here. Here's Gale, flat pass to Reece Martin. Cries of forward, ref says no. 3 tackles gone. Myler, too easy that really, you have to say. Shades of last season, early doors, shutting off around the ruck there, and that was very, very simple try for Leeds on the try line there. Mustafa's gone over for that score for the Rhinos, and well, I think that's just fatigue more than anything, but just switched off at the ruck there, Bilko, on the try line, and that's disappointing there. Attendance this afternoon before you come in. Is that a 3, Stu? 3,717.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way the second half's gone. It's probably a fair reflection that Leeds get that try and they'll probably go on to win this game now, in all honesty. But a lot of the interchanges haven't really helped Wigan, obviously, and a few errors as well.
Yeah.
Second half. It's,
well, like I said,
it's not been as free flowing as
no,
the first half.
no.
Was from both sides, in all fairness.
Yeah.
But I think Leeds have just been slightly better. Probably because A, they had the game last week in particular.
Yeah.
And B, I think they've left their key men out there a little bit longer than we have.
Yeah, well, it looks like Luke Gale's going to play a full 80. As like I said, because he didn't play at all last season, so it's not as if he's been struggling with fatigue. He'll be desperate to play as many minutes as he can. But as I said, it's not a result day to day. It's more about just getting minutes into the legs and looking at combinations. First half, Wigan looked great. They really did. And that's, I suppose, when we had what you could, in inverted commas, maybe the first choice 13 out there near us, damn it. And when that was the case, we looked the business this early on. Well, there's still time left yet. Let's not give this up. 18-10 Leeds lead. And that's a knock-on again from Mustafa. 2 carries, 2 knock-ons, 1 try. That's a mixed bag for your first 5 minutes. So come on, Wigan now. This is a good chance. 20 metres out, this scrum. And 6 minutes remaining, yep, here at the DW. It's been a really good game this afternoon. Not been easy conditions, as you can see on your screens. Shorrocks feeds the scrum. And here's Kai Pearce-Paul now for the Warriors. Now then, here's Shorrocks, now Bullock for Wigan. A try now for the Warriors would set us up with a grandstand finish. It's a penalty. I hope our testimonial boy is okay. He's not come back out.
He is sat on the bench.
He is, yeah. I meant on the pitch. But, yeah, he took a bang to the head, and there's really no point in risking anything for a friendly game. Now then, here's Pearce-Paul again for Wigan. This is the best chance they've had in this entire second half. Can they take it? Havard, lovely ball, Bullock. Oh, just couldn't wrestle his way over. Slow play of the ball again. Here's Amir Burra. Oh, almost. But Leeds just got to him in time on the try line. Shorrocks now. Not the best pass. Off the shins of Kai Pearce. Well, he said no. He said it's a knock-on. Well, that's disappointing from Shorrocks there. Not the best pass. He'll be disappointed with that. Really good opportunity there for Wigan. And I suppose when you're as tall as Pearce-Paul, and you'll know this, trying to reach down for those balls is not easy.
Yeah, a couple of good attacks at the line there, though, from Wigan. You've got to credit Leeds, who muscled up in defence. Particularly when Amir Burrow tried to get over.
Liam Marshall, man of the match. I can't argue with that, to be fair. He's been great this afternoon.
Yes, yeah.
Put
I'd
himself
agree with
about.
that as well.
Yeah, he's been particularly good under the high ball. And here's Luke Briscoe now for the visitors. They look like they're going to come away with the win this afternoon. Having trailed 10-0, they now lead 18-10, but don't be fooled. The bulk of that's come when Wigan have made the multiple changes, which is obviously going to affect the team. Wigan were outstanding in the first half. Here's Muiz Mustafa. Managed to keep hold of the ball this time. 3 men in on that tackle. McClellan and Myler, and now Reece Martin for Leeds. Last tackle for the Rhinos. Myler in at dummy half. Gale, who's looked back to his best this afternoon. He's bossed everything for Leeds. Just a bit of game management there. I thought I'd be the first to get it in. So scrum down for Wigan, head and feet. It's going to be a long-range effort. They're going to pull something out of this now. Joe Burgess has hardly had a touch this afternoon. No, out on that left-hand side. Barely had a touch.
I think a lot of that is because Leeds have targeted more when they've had the ball, the side of Marshall. And it was Hardacre earlier on in the game. They peppered them all match, to be fair, both with ball in hand and with kicks. And they lived up to most of it, just that one try against them. Good carry finished by Hanley.
Good carry from Liam Byrne, nice switch pass there to Havard. Good tackle from Mustafa. Now then, Shorrocks to Joe Bullock, who's looked good as well this afternoon. Bullock looked back to his best, rampaging forward. Here's Zach Hardacre for Wigan. Last tackle for the Warriors. Going to need, well, Hardacre there. Bit silly that. Lost his rag there. Pushed Holroyd over and has given away the penalty. You just can't do that anymore. And, well, we're not going to see that last tackle play because Leeds have got the penalty for that shove. So Luke Gale punts it into touch. And the dying embers of this contest now. Tap on the halfway line, which Mellor takes. Here's Reece Martin. A lot of positives, though, to take out of this today.
Yeah, particularly that first half.
Yeah.
I think the fact that Leeds have left, Luke Gale out there for the 80 minutes tells you that they're perhaps at a different stage in the pre-season to us. It'd be interesting to see what kind of lineup we put out on first day at Lee. Yes, there'll be a lot of changes for that, I think. And we're told the likes of Ben Flower, Don Manfredi won't appear in that game either. Just don't want them injured before the start of the season. They were a bit later back than most. So here's a Ledsky now for Leeds. And mercifully the fog it's hung around, but it's not disrupted things too much. And a little kick over the top on the last, but Burgess, I said he's read it well, he's lost it, and Leeds have gone in the corner. Well, it's not been the best afternoon for Joe Burgess, I was saying, and I don't know what happened there. He looked to have taken the ball, and as he hit the deck, it squirmed out from his grasp. And Leeds took full advantage of that. I'm not sure who scored because it's miles away and it's foggy. That's the full-time hooter. Well, Leeds have pretty much bookended this game, haven't they? They scored on the hooter in the first half. They've done it at the end of the game. I don't know who scored the try for Leeds. It's 22 points to 10. That's the full-time hooter. We will get the kick from Reece Martin over on that far touchline. But as I said, result really not important. What is important is when it mattered in that first half, when Wigan were pretty much at their optimum, give or take one or two players when they were at full strength. They bested Leeds in that first half, and they looked good. They really did look good. Yeah, but I think Leeds will be pretty happy with what they've done this afternoon as well. I think Wigan, like you said, the first half, when it was more the first team, really good.
Yeah.
Defensively, they've been muscled up a lot. Started to get some combinations going in attack the more the half went on. Bit disappointed with a try right at the end of the first half, which made it 10-6. I think second half Leeds, they're not dominated, but I think it's more than fair that they went on to win the game.
Oh, yeah.
Wigan didn't show enough in the second half.
No.
They had a lot of good go forward in the first half. They didn't really have that in the second half.
No, Leeds dominated possession and position. But as I said, it's not the result that matters. It's all about getting minutes into legs and looking at combinations. And Yeah, that first 40 minutes was really, really encouraging from a Wigan Warriors point of view. They were excellent. And it's been a good afternoon. It's been a good game. Really enjoyed it. It's great to be back. And it's great for Liam Farrell, who looks okay now. He's back out there on the pitch. And it looks as if everybody's come through the game with a clean bill of health as well, which is the most important thing. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage this afternoon. As I said, we'll be back on Thursday night from the Leigh Sports Village when Wigan take on the Leigh Centurions. I think that's a 7:30 kickoff. So we'll be on air around about 7:20, 7:25 to bring you that game. If you can't get down there, we'll be bringing you that. So from Bilko and myself, Joe Mills, thanks for tuning in here on Wigan TV. And we're back up and running, aren't we? It's great. The final score, Wigan 10, Leeds Rhinos 22. Congratulations to them and congratulations to Liam Farrell on his testimonial game. And it's been a cracker. So from us, it's bye for now.